Hi, good morning, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 family dinners you can make for $7.50. In case anyone is new to my channel, I do want to mention that grocery prices do vary state by state, city by city, but I did buy all of the ingredients at Dollar Tree, which has a $1.25 per item flat rate pricing, and that applies mostly nationwide. While I know most people don't do their regular grocery shopping at Dollar Tree, my hope is that most of these meals can be recreated at pretty much any store for about the same price as what I'm sharing today. And I am not a price per serving cook. When I say $7.50, that is the all-in price. I don't use an arbitrary 50 cents worth of ingredients. You can't buy a half a package of something, so I'm not going to use half a package price. The only ingredients I do not individually price out are water, oil, salt, and pepper. With all that being said, let's just jump right in. So the first dinner we are going to be making is not your mother's goulash, but this is Dollar Tree Dinner's goulash. I mean, for a $7.50 dinner, this was actually pretty impressive. It made like an army pot of food, so I can see why people love goulash as a cheap meal. And of course I had to put my own spin on it by using Dollar Tree ingredients, but if you need like a bulk style, feed a crowd on a budget meal, this is the way to go. So to get started, I am going to brown up 2 beef patties. These were thawed, and each patty is about 8 ounces, so it's about a pound total. But if you're not comfortable using the beef patties, of course, you can use regular ground beef from your regular grocery store. I brown and crumble these in a pot over medium-high heat. And when it comes to these beef patties specifically, they're pre-seasoned burger patty. They're not just plain ground beef, so I do like to rinse them after I've finished cooking them to remove any extra salt and seasoning and overall give them a more neutral flavor for whatever it is I'm cooking. If you're using regular ground beef, this step really wouldn't apply. Next, I'm going to be adding in a bag of frozen seasoning blend. This is a mix of diced onions, peppers, and celery, and I'm going to saute that with the beef for a few more minutes. Then I'll be adding in a can of diced tomatoes with liquid included. Most goulash recipes called for tomato sauce and a variety of seasonings. I thought we could cut out the middleman and just use some pasta sauce, so I added a can of Hunt's garlic and herb pasta sauce. Here's the point where you will think I'm either genius or blasphemous. I'm going to be adding macaroni and cheese to this because you can usually get macaroni and cheese for the same price or cheaper than you can get regular macaroni pasta. So I'm just going to add the noodles for now. We'll add the cheese packet later. Give this a good stir and then cover it with 4 cups of water. If you have broth or bouillon powder, you can add that for extra flavor. I'm just using water here. Stir everything all together, bring it up to a boil, and then reduce your heat to low, cover and simmer for 10 minutes. Stop and stir once or twice to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. Once your pasta is tender, go ahead and stir in your cheese powder, taste it for seasoning, and add any additional seasonings you like. I just added salt and pepper to it. I feel like garlic bread would have been the perfect side for this, but I forgot to grab some when I was at the store. So if you wanted to bulk this out even further, serve it with some garlic bread, or in my case, I just did sandwich bread that was lightly buttered. But this was a delicious and hearty meal that made a superb amount of food for the price. The second dinner we're going to be making are bacon chicken Alfredo mini pizzas. I mean, I don't really have to go much further into detail than the name of this. It is comfort food, it is Alfredo sauce, it is just delicious, a perfect dinner, and I was able to make 12 of these mini pizzas for just $7.50. So again, really good family dinner, and honestly this one is really easy because we're using a lot of prepared ingredients. So starting with a block of mozzarella cheese, Dollar Tree does sell these small 4-ounce blocks of real cheese. I grated my mozzarella cheese and set it aside to prepare the sauce. For the sauce I'm using canned Alfredo sauce, you can use any Alfredo sauce, and I will be using 2 cans of chicken. But if you don't want to use canned chicken, you'll just need cooked and shredded chicken. A rotisserie chicken would probably be excellent. You'll need about a cup. If you are using canned chicken like I am, you'll want to make sure you drain it pretty well so it doesn't add too much liquid to your sauce. Mix it into your Alfredo sauce, and then I decided to add some bacon bits into the sauce as well. So I stirred in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of my bacon bits. For the crust, it's super easy. We're just going to be using some English muffins, so I divided each of those in half. I just used my hands to pull them apart, and then I topped each pizza with a couple of good spoonfuls of sauce and some shredded mozzarella cheese, and I finished it off with a sprinkle of bacon bits. I was only able to fit 8 of my mini pizzas on this particular sheet tray, so I prepared the other 4 on a second smaller sheet tray. I baked all of my pizzas at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, and if you want, you can put them under the broiler for a minute or two to brown up the cheese. Since we made 12 total mini pizzas for a family of 4, each person would get 3 of them, and then you can serve them with any vegetable or side your family enjoys. This was a fantastic and really quick dinner. I really enjoyed these little pizzas. And then last but certainly not least, we have my personal favorite of all the meals I shared today, and this was something I totally made up as I went along. It was essentially a chowder, and then I transformed it into a pot pie. I toyed around with the idea of this one for a while, but ultimately this was the final result, and let me tell you, this was divine. So I'm starting off with a packet of cheddar garlic biscuit mix, which of course is my favorite type of biscuit, so I'm already starting off strong. And I mixed it with 3/4 of a cup of water. The package calls for half a cup, but I wanted it to be a little thinner than your typical drop biscuits. I also had a package of deli ham. This was honey ham. I wanted smoked ham, but they didn't have any on the day that I went, and I chopped this up into small pieces as well. So as far as the rest of the ingredients, I have a can of diced potatoes, a can of corn, and 2 cans of chicken a la king. If you can't find chicken a la king, no problem, just use cream of whatever you've got and milk. Into a baking dish, I added both of my cans of soup along with my drained corn, my drained potatoes, and my chopped deli ham. I seasoned this with salt and pepper, a little bit heavier on the pepper, and I mixed it all to combine. I topped all of this with my prepared biscuit mix, and then I baked this at 375 for 30 minutes until the biscuits were golden brown on top. While you're likely going to want to dig into this right away because it smells so good, it's probably about as hot as the lava from Mount Doom, so I'd recommend giving it about 10 to 15 minutes before serving it up. And I'm not lying when I say you may want to double this one if you have the means to do so, or if you have means, add shredded cheddar cheese to the biscuits because doesn't that just sound amazing? But seriously guys, I made this recipe this morning for breakfast and I've just kind of been eating it all day. It's really that good. Would 10 out of 10 would recommend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the recipes that I shared today, and of course let me know what you want to see me do next or if there's anything you want me to try, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you again soon.